So, hello.
Hello.
I'm Susie Vance from Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. And today I'm here with Denice Shipp-Glenn, who is part of a volunteer force at Unity Foundation. And she is head of the...
I'm the president of the Michigan City Black Business Association.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So, Denice, how did you end up doing this?
How did I end up doing...
What put you in this slot?
To become the volunteer here?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I met with Maggie, and we had lunch, and I asked her, you know, what we could do to collaborate on different things. And for some reason, I said, well, how can I help you? And that's how I got here.
And she was open.
She was. She was like, I need a volunteer to be the champion of the African American Empowerment Fund. And
How
that's
fabulous.
how I...
This is Maggie Sparts we're talking about.
Yes, the president of
Unity Foundation.
Yes.
And she's always open
She
to
is.
expanding territory
Yes.
for the Unity Foundation.
Yes,
That's
she is.
great. So tell me what that organization does that you're head of.
The Michigan City Black Business
Yes,
Association.
please.
Actually, what we do is we empower business owners, and we work with budding entrepreneurs. We're developing a commercial kitchen, so hopefully we can get some people to come out of their houses and start paying sales tax and doing all the
That's good. That's
the
good.
stuff
That's
that the
good.
IRS wants to see. And people, you know, when you have a passion for something,
Right.
and you don't really explore it, you just keep it as a hobby, you just never know how big it can be.
That's right. And I'd say Braylon Hervey's learned
Oh,
how
yeah.
big that can be.
Oh, yes.
That's great. That's great. So, what are the kinds of things these people are doing that is very exciting for you?
The exciting part is working with budding entrepreneurs, people that have an idea. They just, I'm thinking about doing this, and to mentor them and to get them to the point where they're ready. That's the best part about this job.
And when you're talking about getting them ready, does that mean helping them with finances? Helping them
I can direct them in different areas. I'm a professional grant writer, and I did that for the police department when I was there.
Okay.
But I also do a lot of research, and if you come to me and say, hey, I have a grant, then I'll help you with that also.
Oh, so people are out there trying to, you're really lighting people's fires.
I'm trying, yes.
How do you find these people? Are they getting so they come to you?
Yes, they're coming to me now.
That's great.
Yeah. What we had Michigan City Black Business Association 20 years ago.
Right.
And it was kind of up and down. And so we put it on the back burner, and everyone went on with life. And I just told Sandra Hudson one day, we need to get it back together. And we decided to do it. Right after COVID, I said it's time for people to see how we can network and try to, the main thing that we want to do is to be seated at the table.
No kidding.
Where there's decisions are being made that affect us.
Yes.
As African Americans. And
as business owners.
Yes, as business owners especially. But we're no longer invisible. I think the city recognized that. That little woman got something going on. We have 200 members that are on our Facebook page.
Okay.
We have about 50 businesses that are a member.
Okay.
But there are so many more businesses that
are
I
out
need
there and interested.
And they're coming. They're coming little by little because people have been so they've been so hard to trust, and they feel like someone's trying to take over. And I'm just here to help. You know,
Right.
I've been inside of businesses, and I'll work with them, and I'll say, well, these are some of the things that I see. As a former, I've had 5 businesses, so as a former business owner, I know some of the pitfalls. So I'm trying to get them to see that there's other ways to approach some of the stuff that you're doing.
That's great. You've done 5 businesses?
Yes.
You've been a busy woman.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. That's what they call it.
That's a great line.
Yeah, but it all went back to my childhood when I was down in Blytheville, Arkansas. We had a street called Ash Street.
ASH?
ASH, that's it. But it was 2 blocks long, and every Saturday my dad would take me down to Ash Street, and you could go and have breakfast, you could have lunch, you could buy shoes. I didn't go to the liquor store, but they had a liquor store, there was a dry cleaners. Everything that you wanted within your community was within those 2 blocks.
Of Ash Street. Uh-huh.
There was a funeral home, there was a church. I mean, it was like, I came here and I'm like, where's Ash Street? I didn't see a place that I could go and buy the clothes that I like. You know, I like to wear clothes that express me.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that my clothes are any different than anyone else's. I just think that we like certain shoes. We like getting our hair done a certain way, and those are the things that, you know, the collard greens and stuff that you can't just walk into any place and say, you got collard greens and cornbread. No. So I just kept trying to figure out why people here haven't decided to come together.
How old were you when you were having these thoughts about that entrepreneurial experience?
9 years old. When I moved here, and I was just like, where's Ash Street? There's no place we can go. Every Saturday, it was just like, that was our day. Me and my dad would go hang out in Ash Street, and everybody knew him.
What a great memory.
It was.
Uh-huh. And so you arrived here.
Yes,
and you were missing Ash Street.
I was just like, what's going on? People don't get together and hang out and just have fun. Just, you know, just interacting. Just having a good time.
So what happened?
Well,
what was next for you?
What was next? Oh, I've had some jobs. I've been employed. I did work at the hospital for a little while. I worked at JCPenney's. That was like the first job. No, my first job was actually, I was 14 years old, and it was a summer job. I had to teach this young man how to suck out of a straw. He was mentally disabled.
Okay.
So it took me all summer, and I was I was so tired. I go home, I'm like, I'm so tired. But by the end of the summer, I had him sucking out that straw.
Oh!
It was so fun. I was just like, I accomplished something. And
you did. And helped him.
Oh my God, yes. But I did, I excelled in school, so I had academic scholarships. So I went to PNC. I was going to be a school teacher. And I took 2 years. I changed my thought about being a school teacher, and I decided to be a police officer.
What made you change your mind?
You can't beat kids.
School
teachers can't be. No, I'm just kidding. But I really decided I needed to make some money instead of continuing on to school. But I did go back to get my bachelor's degree. It took me 14 years, but I was able to accomplish it.
That's great.
Yeah, I actually went to school while I was a police officer.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but the main thing that I started focusing on was at the police department. I was the community relations director. So I was able to make a lot of stuff happen. The DARE program, I was able to get that going. The Neighborhood Watch program. We had so many different programs, mock robberies. It was just like trying to teach citizens how to help. You know, how to be the best eyes and ears. It wasn't how to help the police. It's basically how to report and help us. You know, I would put like, let's see what 6 feet is and let's see how 5 feet. It's just simple stuff, but you don't think about it if you don't practice it.
And how interesting, because you probably planted a bunch of seeds that are helping you even today.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was, when I did the Night Out Against Crime. Now that was really exciting.
Tell me.
Because we had, Isla Capri Casino, they were funding us. It was like a big amusement type of thing out at the beach, and the whole community was invited. We had a grill off, and we're getting ready to do another grill off. I love to see men compete on the grill. So that's coming up Father's Day. We're having the Juneteenth.
Awesome.
Dads Who Cook grill off. So you might want to be a judge for that.
Oh, I might.
I'm looking for judges. But when I left the police department, I tried to train somebody to do my job, and it's like, oh, we got it. And I was like, okay. And then they kept calling me, how do you do this? How did you do that? How'd you get a Christmas tree? I was just like, you just ask. But they split my job up between 4 people.
Denice.
Yeah, but it was fun to me. I was the human diversity trainer, so I would bring in speakers, and they were just like, where'd you find these people? I'm just like, they're right here in Michigan City.
Right. You don't have to look very far.
No. I think that was a stepping stone to what I'm doing right now.
I think
Just
so.
interacting and making people feel comfortable.
So between being a police officer and what you're doing now, what happened?
Oh, between I work for New York Life. I used to go to was it Oakbrook, Illinois, and I was late every day. That traffic is horrible.
It is,
but
and it's worse now.
Yeah, but I enjoyed selling life insurance. I actually sold some policies to some police officers, and they were like, I still got that policy. I'm like, good, you'll need it.
Right.
And from there, when I left the police department, I actually had a liquor store. It was called Crown Liquors.
You are too much.
That was an interesting. It was like. You see somebody every day, and they come in like 4 or 5 times a day, and I was just like, if you just bought a fifth, you could stay at home and enjoy this. You don't have to come in here and buy a half pint and a half pint. They were like, we just like coming to talk to you. I said, okay, that's fine. But it was, the funny part was when people were saying, well, I got this problem, and I got that problem, and my dog died. I said, you know what, you're going to have the same problem, but you're going to have a headache. But I'm going to sell you this. I said, you really need Jesus.
Right.
And that comes from my background of being a PK. My dad was a pastor here for over 30 years.
Oh,
yeah.
No wonder you have all of this get up and go and all of this ability to persuade and influence people.
I think people really want some direction. And I think they... if you're floundering out here, there's somebody that can swim a little bit better than you. Just hold on.
And they'll listen. That's great.
I had a Remax franchise. After my liquor store was destroyed by fire. It was an accidental, I think it was electrical fire. They brought in CSI and all that stuff. It was funny. I was just like, But after that was done, my marriage was over all about the same time. But it was okay.
That's just time to move on.
Right. Change your drawers.
Change is not bad.
No, it's not. But the thing that I did with Remax, the franchise was it was something new for Michigan City. We had never had a Remax franchise here.
Okay.
So I was the first African American franchise owner of Remax. And I hired and trained some people, and they're still selling real estate. Yeah, they're doing good.
You're about empowering people, that's all.
It really is. And it is about helping people, because if you help someone, it doesn't take anything away from you.
No, and it might add.
It really does.
It certainly adds to your heart, I think.
Then after the Remax, I did Ships Harborside Realty. That was the next adventure. And my last one was Mama Sue's. Mama Sue's Cafeteria.
Oh. I didn't know that.
That was named after my mom, yes. So my high school sweetheart, Michael Glenn, he called me one day, and he was just like, I was in love with you 40 years ago, and I still am. I'm like, okay. He said, but they beat me up. And he said, I couldn't date you. He was white and I was black. So he said, they can't beat me up now.
Oh, fabulous.
So I was in Arkansas at the time. I'm like, okay, Michael, we'll talk when I get home. He said, I want to marry you. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. It was so cute. And so we dated for about a year. I said, let's see how it goes. So we dated for a year, and then we got married.
Oh.
My high school sweetheart. Yeah.
I love this
I
story.
knew he liked me, but he was like, he just was real bashful about it. I said, something wrong with that. But we did. We had 4 good years. And then he decided that he had an illness that he didn't want to live with any longer.
Oh.
He knew he had cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh.
Yeah. And they gave him 6 months to live.
Yes.
And he killed himself.
He said, no, I'm not hanging around to go this way.
Right. So 6 months and 1 day he killed himself. Yeah. So that was a sad, sad day.
That must have been a sad day.
It was.
But I think he's helping you.
He always is. He's come around a couple of times.
I bet.
The first time he came around, it was really weird. It was like a little moth. I was like, is that you? And he touched me on my forehead, and I knew it was him. So I know that people think that they don't come back, but they have a
do.
way of interacting with us, and you know it.
And sometimes they make a huge difference. It's really something. I mean, look, here you are.
Yes. So
This is the perfect spot for you.
It is. I love this job.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is great.
And I think a lot of people are benefiting from the fact that I'm sharing information. It's not like it's not like there's a book that says go here to get funding for this.
No.
I mean, there's supposed to be a way to find, but if you're in the right place at the right time, you can steer people. So here, this is where you need to go.
When people are ready. That's exactly right.
Right. Yes.
Well, I love that I met you at Coffee Connections. That's perfect.
Yes, thank
And
you.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing too.
And any way I can help, let me know.
I will.
All right. Denice Shipp-Glenn, thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you all next time. And if you like this episode, suggest another. Okay. See you later.
Bye-bye.